Take some wine, sip it down, and tell me what you feel. Does it violate your throat? Does it make you wanna choke? What's the appeal? Is it that full mouth feeling? That full mouth feeling. That full mouth feels. That full mouth feeling. That full mouth feels. Those full mouth feelings.
Full mouth feels.
Hello and welcome to the Full Mouth Feeling Show.
Hi, good to be here.
I'm Duncan Kemp,
I'm Alexis, no middle name, Steele.
and this is the wine podcast that isn't really about wine.
And knows nothing about wine. Prepared to know less about wine walking away from this podcast than you do right now.
If you're a hardcore wino, like a wine person, probably isn't the show for you. Like I would say that, we're going to infuriate you. I'm pretty sure because we know nothing about wine. Neither of us know anything about wine.
You drink so much wine, though.
Yeah, okay, so this is the show, isn't it, right? I drink quite a lot of wine, but I don't really know about it, and you hate wine.
I hate wine, yeah.
You mentally and physically reject wine.
I really hate wine, yes.
Your body has a reaction to wine. It's
Oh, no, I can explain it. It's just that the taste is horrible.
Yeah, but it's more than that. The heartburn,
Yes.
the retching,
Yes.
the red in the face,
The sourness.
some tears sometimes,
yeah.
just emotional tears and
Yeah.
biological.
Because sometimes it's like, how can this cost a lot of money? And it's the tears of like sadness for the money.
Yeah, it's a sight to witness. It is a sight to witness, and I'm not okay with it. You know, I think we've been friends for a long time,
Yeah.
and it's getting embarrassing. As we're getting older, it's getting a bit embarrassing.
And let's be honest, I feel
Okay.
like the biggest reason you want to do this is because we went to a wine bar in Greece and I had some beer.
That's just one of the anecdotes. There's many anecdotes, but it's a good anecdote because it explains what happened. So we're at a nice wine bar with a sommelier.
Yeah.
What's up, Harris?
Yeah. Hi, Harris.
Hey, bro. And, there's an opportunity to learn about wine, try some good, and we have to sit in a wine bar where you drink beer and just ordering the beer, the sitting with a guy that's drinking beer. No one does that. No one's doing that.
Well, I mean, I did it.
Yeah.
But you want me to be more of a wine person. And I'm not going to lie, there has been a lot of times when I feel like being able to drink wine would make my life a bit easier and a bit better.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you go to a wedding, an event, and anything, and I'm at that age now where I have to go to weddings, I have to go to nicer dinner parties and stuff like that, and people automatically assume you drink wine.
Yeah, pour you a glass.
And when you don't, you're like, oh, no thanks, I'm not...
I actually can't drink wine
Yeah,
because my body won't allow me.
I'm not allergic to it, but I just...
But you kind of are. Do you know what I mean? It's that level. Do you know what I mean? The reaction...
I don't need like an EpiPen or anything.
No, but it's very audible and it's very visual.
Yeah, I think for me, just wine is pointless.
Okay.
And it might be at odds with a podcast that rates wine based on a point system. But yeah, let's do this.
Well, yeah, I think so. This reason also, selfishly, it's kind of for me.
Yeah.
I want to go
I
places.
know it's for you.
Okay,
let's be
okay.
honest.
But I want to be able to go places with you and I want us to share a wine experience,
Because we're going to go back to Greece. We're going to go to some nice
maybe
taverns.
some other countries.
Some Italy's, some Spain's.
And we I want to enjoy the wine with you. I want and I feel like that's a big part of going to a country. Some countries that wine, especially that old wine. That's a term, right? The old wine.
Yeah, the
Old
whiny
wine.
countries.
Old wine.
Whiny countries.
Yeah, whiny countries. There we go.
Like France is whiny.
Yeah.
Spain is whiny. Italy's whiny. Greece is kind of whiny.
It's a bit whiny.
Yeah.
And I want us to have a wine awareness, to be wine woke.
Yeah.
Yes. And for me, I need to learn more about wine. If I'm going to drink it in this volume, I should know a bit more about wine.
I've seen you evolve a little bit over...
Right.
We need to preface this. This
Yes.
isn't our first rodeo.
No, this isn't the first time we've done Full Mouth Feeling. This isn't the first run.
This isn't even the 5th run.
This isn't the 10th run.
No. I don't know which one. We've tried a fair amount of times. Some of them have been failures, like when we got a bit too drunk with Greg. Oh, hi, Greg, our only listener.
Greg.
Yeah.
Yes, so this...
And we had to abort.
Yes, so yeah, there's been a lot of trial and error, and I think at the beginning when we started this, we didn't know what it was.
No.
I wouldn't even say we saw it as a podcast. It was just us recording ourselves because we like the sounds of our own voices.
I don't, but I
like the
enjoy-
sound of
yeah.
your voice. There you go.
Yeah, you like the sound of my voice.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, there
oh
you
my
go.
God,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
You're
That's
okay.
so nice.
Anytime.
First time anyone's ever said that.
Said something nice to you.
My mum's never said she liked my voice. No.
Anyway, so yeah, we don't have a first episode for that reason.
This is the first episode because you're listening it to a sequential order right now,
Yeah.
dear Greg, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, this sounds a lot more polished than the later ones. Well, that's because we lied.
Yeah, we're
Dirty liars.
so yeah, we're setting it up. We're doing this episode to give it some context and explain things because we realize listening to the later episodes that we're not really explaining much to you.
Yeah, we're not professional guys. Like,
Yeah.
Not only are we not professional in the wine biz, we're also not professional in the pod biz.
But in that way, we are consistent.
Yeah, and being unprofessional.
So really, what we do is we buy some wine, and I kind of make Alexis drink it. And yeah, I mean, sometimes it takes on a bit of a sadistic sort of thing, but it's all fun. Everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, you're going to have some wine as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheeky bit of wine.
Cheeky bit
Yeah,
of
I love that.
wine. I've seen you evolve your wine tastes over
Yes.
the last few months.
We have to say that this podcast has actually worked in some regards. It has made us more aware about wine, and we both have learned stuff.
Yeah, I would never go out and buy a wine myself unless it's a port, a mulled wine,
Yep.
or a sangria.
Right.
A sangria less so because it's a very
You like that sweet. That's,
So
you like the sugary.
for me, the wine is like a secondary sort of thing to the sweetness and the spice mix, the fruitiness. So the way I see wine is kind of like a fancy fruit juice. It's like a fruit juice for adults who don't respect themselves enough to just say, I want to buy a fruit juice and put some alcohol in it. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. I feel like we've
I'm just
explained.
going to buy some appetizer or something like that.
Have a Tizer. Do you remember Tizer? They were.
No, actually, I don't. I'm not British.
No, you are a bit British.
I'm technically British, but I've not lived here for that long.
Yeah, the Daily Mail doesn't think you're British.
No, definitely. The Daily
No.
Mail would scoff at me.
You're a foreign in their eyes.
Dirty fool.
So, what are our goals? Here are our goals. I want to be able to go into a restaurant, I don't know, or a wine bar, and with Alexis and enjoy a glass of wine together. I want to do a cheers. I don't want to have to look across the table and see him throwing up.
I think the main thing to establish is that when I've enjoyed any kind of wine, you've not enjoyed the same wine.
Right, yeah. This is the problem because I guess our taste buds are in conflict.
Yeah.
They.
The thing is, we have similar tastes in pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
Apart from wine.
Yeah, that's
Like
the
we
only
like the
thing.
same beers, like the same sort of foods.
Same video games.
Same video games, yeah.
Same comedy.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
comedy. We bonded over a love of Arrested Development. And so...
And the conflict is wine. And we're going to solve that conflict. We're solving that conflict, and maybe we need to meet in the middle. I don't know what the solution is yet, but we're going to work towards that solution. And
Somewhere someone's going to write some erotic fan fiction about us.
if they haven't already, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be disgusting
Yeah.
because you haven't looked at us yet.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
Don't
look
do
at
that.
us. Shut your eyes. Yeah, our goal is to enjoy it together. I'm going to have a bit more of a militant approach than you, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I kind of see you as the subject of the podcast. I see you... I wouldn't define this as an experiment, but it kind of is, in a way. And what's the other goal? Is to get more fans. I would like...
People more than Greg.
Yeah, at the moment we have one fan.
Hi, Greg. Big fan of you as well.
Yeah, he religiously listens to the show when I play them to him.
When you make him listen to them because you're driving.
Yeah, when he's
and
in my
he has-
car
yeah.
and he doesn't have a choice because where's he going to go? So yeah, thank you for listening to the show, Greg. But we want more of you, not more Gregs. I don't think the world needs more Gregs. I think one's enough right now. But it'll be nice to have some other people listening to the show, some interaction, some to help us along our journey. Yeah, let's move on with the show. I feel like we've done our due diligence. We've explained some stuff. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah. So, and let's go and buy some wine. Let's buy some wine and let's get you drinking wine. Let's get wine in your body.
Pull my feelings on its way. Ooh, to the shop to get some wine. Ooh, Alexis needs to pick his selection to start the show. Here we go. Pull my feelings on its way. Oh, oh, oh. Pull my feelings on its way to buy some wine. Pull my feelings on its way to buy some. Pull my feelings on its way to buy some wine.
We're on the road to the supermarket. We've been on the road many a time. But this time is for a purpose, and that purpose is to buy some disgusting grape juice. The thing that you call wine.
Well, I think that you shouldn't go in with that attitude. You should be like, this is going to be the one. This experience is going to change my mindset somewhat. I think that's your going into it negatively isn't helpful for the experiment. Is it an experiment?
If it's an experiment, I feel like I'm the lab rat in that experiment, and I don't feel comfortable with that.
Well, I don't know. That's how I see it in my mind. I don't see you as a lab rat. Maybe more of like a
rat, though.
No, more like a monkey, I guess. I don't know if that's better or.
No, but at least I'm closer to a human, so thank you.
Yeah. See, silver lining somewhere.
So we have what we call the wine wheel.
Yes, spin that wheel.
So the wine wheel consists of 3 different tiers. When I say a wine wheel, this isn't like an elaborate thing we built and...
It's not tangible.
No, it's more of an ethereal thing, and it's in the form of an app that I've downloaded, and I've made 3 different wheels of, and it narrows down your choices from the color of the wine to the country of the wine, and then lastly to the price, which is the most important thing for me, because again, I'm spending money on something that I really don't like. Support us on Patreon.
Why have we implemented a spin the wheel system?
Because we're useless.
Yeah, I'm not a decisive person. I struggle to make basic decisions.
So yeah, same here. Yeah.
Also, you hate wine.
I hate wine.
So you picking out a wine is impossible for you because it's all just a wall of hate for you, isn't it? It's just a grapey wall of hate. So this kind of forces us into a smaller margin. It's more manageable.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a better way to pick it than just blindly going in and trying to figure out the label. And the label, a lot of the time, is not a good indicator.
Yeah, as we've learned through doing the podcast, labels are lies.
Anyway, so spinny, spin, and it's a red.
Oh, a nice red. Yeah, that feels balanced. I like it. Red.
So then we're gonna choose the country of origin.
Oh yeah.
Spin. South America.
Oh, have we? Yeah, nice.
So lastly, we're going to go for the price, which is, again, the most important part of the whole endeavor. Spinny, 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 spin, spin. 10 to 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, for a show that has no budget,
A bit much.
a bit annoying, and also knowing that the recipient of that wine doesn't really like wine, so it's a lot of money to spend, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
So we're looking for a red South American wine that's between 10 and 15 pounds. So join us in a bit. So, a lot of options. I'm noticing that very few wines are above 10 pounds. There is this guy that looks really good.
Where's he from?
He's from Argentina.
Oh.
So basically we have three options.
Trivento is a known label.
So we've got Trivento from Argentina, the Malbec Private Reserve. Then we've got Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec. And then we've got the Trilogy Malbec Mendoza. It's a Tesco wine. I'm going to suggest this one.
Yeah.
Because the Trivento Golden Reserve, because first of all, it's better than the Private Reserve. So you have the Reserve, the Private Reserve, and the Golden Reserve.
Oh.
So that's a good, that's supposedly a good wine. I'm not the wine guy again, but
and also save £6. Do love a bargain.
yeah, we do love a
For
bargain.
the Golden Reserve.
Okay, so Malbec, Argentina, Golden Reserve, Malbec, yeah. So Trivento.
Let's take him. Let's take him away.
Okay,
Take him
we're good,
hostage.
and we need some pairing, I guess.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'll take care of that, mate.
That full mouth feeling.
We're back from the shop.
So we have the bottle.
Yeah.
And
We've left it out to breathe,
yeah, we've
like
opened it.
normals apparently.
Yeah. And we're gonna try some.
Yeah.
So the name of the wine.
The name of the wine is Trivento Golden Reserve Malbec, Le Juan de Cuyo, Mendoza, Argentina, 2017. That's all the information on, except for this. 94 points, vintage 2017, jamessuckling.com. Who's James Suckling? Could you Google that real quick, later? But
Okay, so
James, oh, look at that picture.
look at that face. Look
Wow.
at that angry.
Oh, wow.
He's a man in his early 60s.
Oh,
He-
what's that haircut?
He's got, I would say, he's got like a 17th, 18th century look and face about him.
There's this picture from I don't know where, but it's just looking at him, staring down at you, just aggressively.
His face is like, I am better than you.
Oh, so much better. And wow, he's holding like a glass of wine, a red wine, but he's just staring down.
The way he's holding it as well. He's like,
look at that. He stuck his nose in the. He's
and
like
he's
half
looking at camera.
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
it's easy to hate this guy.
Yeah. So apparently 94 points
This-
out of 100.
This jumped up wine bitch has given it 94 out of 100.
Now, again, Penistone, where you live, not.
It's the nearest
It's
town.
the nearest town. You live
And
in
a
the
village.
middle of nowhere, literally.
Yes.
You look out the window and there's nothing. There's sheep, yeah, and there's nothing else. But there's a weird vibe about it.
Yeah, there's a very strange vibe going on, and it's I would say from anywhere I've lived, this is the place I felt the most unwelcome and the most uncomfortable, and because the people, they're giving off a weird energy.
Yeah, what's that energy, do you reckon?
Our first speculation was a culty thing, maybe.
Also incest.
I don't know if.
It could be culty incest.
Yeah, I feel like the two they're well accustomed.
So, hear me out.
related.
A cult ritual in which you practice incest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It could. Okay. I don't know if that's the
vibe.
specific vibe.
It is a very specific niche vibe.
I feel like they're doing some rituals though that we're not invited to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why we
100%.
don't feel welcome, because we're the only guys that aren't going to this
No, I'm not
weird
having incest.
ritual that you know of. Yeah, and it just feels very unwelcoming. So whenever we go out to get wine when we're at mine, it's always a weird experience.
Yeah.
We get some strange looks.
Yeah.
There's an unwelcoming sort of atmosphere. Yeah.
But this time it was fine.
Yeah.
Mostly fine.
We didn't get many looks.
No
Yeah.
looks, no weird why are you guys alive or trying to
Or why weren't you at the ritual last night?
yeah.
Yeah, like
Why aren't you related to
yeah.
me?
And the other thing I want to say is that we're going to drink wine out of wine glasses.
Oh yeah. We don't usually have wine glasses.
That's not a staple on the show. That's not a normal thing to do.
James Suckling would be so
pissed.
disappointed. But he would be proud of us for at least making a step this time.
He's not proud.
No, because next time, if we're at mine, we're not going to be drinking out of glass.
So this is it. We've done most of the podcasting at your house, and you don't have wine glasses.
No,
Of course, you
because
hate wine.
It's a bad investment. Why buy something that you're never going to use?
Yeah, and so
When I furnished my house, I never thought I'd be trying to host a wine podcast. But even so, because I don't drink wine recreationally, I still feel like it's a waste of money.
right, yeah,
And
yeah.
also, apparently, there's a fucking load of different wine glasses.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, you can buy cheap wine glasses, of course.
Yeah.
But they're... so, Greg...
Where our fountain of knowledge, Greg.
Yes, has a wine poster, which has all the different types of wine glasses.
Just so our listener, Greg, knows where all our knowledge comes from, it's from you.
Yeah. You're listening back.
It's kind of like an Ouroboros kind of show where like the snake that eats its own tail.
Yes, this is a
that's the
delayed
show.
echo,
Yeah.
basically. So he showed me this wine chart. So there's different wine glasses for different grapes, different all sorts
Wait,
of
what?
different
Different
glasses for different
grapes?
wines. And apparently it helps the wine breathe in a different way depending on the grape. So and there's
That's
hundreds.
a bunch of
There's
bullshit,
hundreds.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
gonna pitch something to you.
that side of
This
wine
is for so people taste a couple of wines and they're like, oh yeah, this isn't too bad, and then someone comes along and is like, yeah, but beer is better, and they're like, no, what, motherfucker? So they double down and they say, well, you haven't had it out of the proper glassware.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they go like, okay, well, what's the proper glassware? Well, it has to be blown by a specific guy, in the peaks of fucking Mount Doom.
Yeah.
And it has to only happen between June 29th and June 30th. On 5 o'clock, and the solstice has to be this
it
way.
has to have been a good solstice.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Like, everyone
yeah.
has to agree it was a good one.
And the druids have to bless it, and then only you can really get the character of the wine.
Yeah.
And the guy's just sitting there with his beer out of his can, going, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't drink wine.
Yeah. But,
That's why I don't. Yeah.
but yeah, so there's hundreds of different glasses of wine. There's hundreds of different glasses, and yeah, it's all a bit convoluted and elaborate.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, and I don't want to spend money.
Yeah, but that's why you don't have wine glasses, and that's why the show has predominantly been done with beer tumblers.
Yeah. Suck on that, James Suckling.
Yeah. But this episode, for the pilot episode, we actually have wine glasses.
We actually do, because we're at your house.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's going to give the wrong impression.
To Greg.
Yeah. Our only listener.
You never know, he might be watching.
Greg's that wild card, he could be somewhere in the room. Or far away,
Just hiding behind some sheep.
yeah, with some binoculars, just watching us. And I mean, I have noticed, right, that when I make Greg listen to the show,
Yes.
when we're driving in my car, that his interest is piqued when he hears his name,
Greg.
when he's been Greg, when he's been talked about, his interest is
Of
is
course,
piqued.
yeah.
So I mean,
Well, they say that the most interesting word in any language is your own name.
Yeah.
Greg.
So Greg. So my proposal is that we try and use Greg's name. We try and integrate it with other words.
Greg it.
Yes. For example, Malgreg.
Malgreg. Oh, yeah.
This is going to pique Greg's interest.
Gregalicious.
Yeah, we're going to workshop it, and we're going to
Come back next episode.
Yeah.
Probably not
yeah.
next episode, but you get it in a few episodes time.
Yeah, we're gonna pique his interest.
Should we try this wine?
Fine.
Okay. So Greg has given us a technique for breathing when you smell the wine. Apparently.
Yes.
So I'm going to go in for a sniff. Do you want to describe the technique for a first-time listener? Well,
Yeah. So what you want to do?
you're
is,
not a first-time listener, Greg. Let's be honest. But
Yeah.
you know
If there's
what
any
we mean.
new people listening out there,
There's
so
no new-
swirl the wine round your glass, right, and inspect it. Apparently, he was telling me, Greg told me that you don't put it towards the light. That's not what you meant to do.
against the light.
Yeah, you meant to not against the light, but just in good light, and you swirl it around, and you watch how the wine falls from the glass.
Yeah.
And he's referring to
Tannins. I think he
tannins.
took
Something to do with tannins. I don't really know the
No, I don't.
the order of the words that I meant
I
to
just
say.
remember the word. I don't really know what it means.
And you swirl it around, and then you give it a good sniff.
Okay.
Good sniff. And then when you breathe out, you want to pretend that you're a 35-year-old having your first sexual experience. Yes. And that's the official procedure. And then you take a sip when you're ready, mate. How's
Okay,
it smelling?
I'm just gonna real quick talk about the color. Really dark red, but still not like a dirty red,
Mm-hmm.
not like a port or like anything. It's very clear and ruby. It actually, I don't know. There is a color not scarlet, it's like it has a very specific dark red, rich burgundy color. Yeah, it's a burgundy
Yeah.
color, and you can't see through it. It's not a see-through wine. I'm trying to see through it, but I can't. Yeah, it's very dark, very rich. If you see it, I know Greg said you can't look at it against the light, but what the fuck, you can actually see a bit of the light reflecting, and it's like a deep, rich red, scarlet, ruby kind of guff. Smell-wise, smells like rich, deep forest fruits.
Like you're deep in a forest in Penistone.
Yeah, like a deep
Smelling your
Penistone
sister's
forest.
vag. I like
uh,
to say... Carry on.
sorry.
No.
So say your sister had raspberries and blackberries and sour cherries. I think I can smell a bit of a sour cherry, plums,
Right.
dates. She's had dates.
But with you. Okay.
So yeah, and now I'm gonna go in for the sip.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Okay, so this is another a Greg fact. So I think let's just 2 seconds, okay? I don't know.
A lot of Greg facts. This
Yeah,
episode.
there's a lot of Greg facts. We're laying down
For
the Greg
anyone
law.
who has listening to this episode that isn't Greg, going this guy Greg must be a really big part of their lives. You know?
He
Yeah,
is.
he is.
That's spot on. So he told me something about cheersing when you cheers, right? There's from his culturally he there's a thing that they do when they cheers.
Who?
So this is the next issue. Again, Greg, wild card, very ambiguous in all sense of the words. Greg has a bit of a confusing cultural background. So
Yeah.
he grew up in Norway. His parents are Polish
Sure.
and or Spanish. There's some American in the mix. We don't quite know how.
Yeah.
He talks about it a little bit.
And he lives in England.
He lives in England, but also he has relatives in the UK.
Yes.
So there's some British in the mix. Okay, so
again, like Greg's a weird dude. Down to this, it's even like, what is he? He's just a Greg.
yeah, he's a Greg. So he told me that when he cheers I'm going to assume it's a Polish tradition thing, right? That when you cheers, right, you have to look the other person in the eyes.
I think Greg's more Polish. I think himself, he feels more Polish than anything else.
Okay.
Because, like, I've seen him in Norway, and he gels in Norway. He does, like, the skiing thing and the everything.
Yeah.
But what I really see him excited about is when you walk into a sklep,
Right.
and he sees, like, the Polish donuts, or the kiblasa, or the bigos, or...
He's in his element.
Yeah, he you can see his eyes water, his mouth water, and just, like... He feels it.
He loves that Slav squat as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good at it.
He is really good at it.
It's
He
like he has
puts
the
me to
DNA
shame,
to do it. But anyway, so he told me that when he cheers, right, when they cheers, you have to look the other person in the eyes.
Okay.
If you do not, you're directly telling the other person that their mother is a whore. And that's not a joke. I mean, it could be a joke. Again, Greg Wildcard.
It sounds like a joke.
But no, I think he was sincerely
What
telling
if
me
you
this.
blink?
You have to do this. Well, you don't blink. Don't blink. Because you don't know how
What
the
if
other
you're
person...
blind?
You're sending a message.
What if you're cross-eyed?
Well, yeah.
A lot of caveats to
Yeah.
that, Greg.
I
Could
feel-
you let me know what's happening at fullmouthfeeling@gmail.com, Greg?
Yeah. No, well, anyway, so when I cheers
Yeah. Cheers.
and I shut my eyes, you're shutting your eyes too. Thanks, cheers for that. You know why.
Yeah. All right, should we do another cheers?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like I didn't close my eyes hard enough for that. Like,
Yeah, I feel like...
okay,
Okay, my eyes are shut. I love it how I know that your eyes are shut.
of course they are.
Because I know...
So, yeah.
That's really sour. That's...
Oh, are you not enjoying that?
No, that's...
Really? Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I say that. Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's a wine show.
I'm not having a good time either, to be honest.
Oh. Oh. There's a lot of heartburn in this wine.
Yeah, it's overly sour. That's the first thing that hits me is just an immense amount of sour.
Really? I don't get the sour as much. And I really don't like
You're
sour.
the sour guy.
Okay, I get a lot of, like, fruity vibes, obviously, like sour cherry, plum, that kind of thing is the immediate thing that hits you. A lot of, like, some heartburn there. Oh, it's still there. Why is it not going away?
Isn't it good for you, mate?
No. So, a lot of like heartburn. 94 points. James, what the fuck, Jimbo?
For me, I'll be honest. Like, okay, normally when I drink wine, most wine, I'm fine with it. You know.
Yeah,
If
I've
there
seen
is
you drink a lot of wine.
There's a personal preference in there, but for me, like, I instantly got heartburn, and I don't. That's not a thing for me.
Yeah.
And it's just overwhelmingly sour. I'm not enjoying it.
I saw you go really, like, intense with it.
Yeah. I'm not jamming with it right now.
Okay.
Ooh. And that's a bad miss.
I
love it how you're holding onto the chair.
Yeah. Okay. Assessment. So it's not as rich as you'd expect it to be. I think you'd expect with something that looks and says Golden Reserve on it and looks like this, and James Suckling gave it 94%. Why, James? You'd expect it to be a lot richer, a lot more pungent, a lot more hit you in the face with it.
Hit you in the face with that yum yum.
Yeah, it's a little bit dry. A little bit dry for what you'd expect. It's juicy. It has that juice factor in it, but it has that, like, dry middle bit.
Yeah.
It's rich, but not overly rich.
Yeah.
There is definitely some tobacco flavor in it.
Yeah, I get that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be the oak smoked. It might be that they just grew it next to tobacco fields.
Yeah, and it was just an accident. Yeah.
It's definitely not as rich as you'd expect it to be. It looks like it should be a lot richer, a lot fuller.
Yeah.
But it's full, but not too full. It's
Yeah, it looks like it's a full-bodied, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a bit shy of a full-bodied.
I'm gonna go in for another
Sip. Ooh, that was a really wet, like, little sick. Wait, is it coming back out? Wait, what's happening?
No, just okay. I was doing like a. Oh my god!
You're
Give me 1 second. 1 second. Whew. Okay, like a breathe.
You really don't like wine, do you?
Nope. No. Oh, the heartburn. Oh my god.
Cheeky bit of heartburn.
Why is it so heartburn? Why is wine so heartburny?
I don't think it is. I think that's a you thing. I think, again,
But
that's
you
your-
had the heartburn right
That's-
now.
This is what's unusual
Right now.
about this wine. It's the heartburn wine.
But it's not worse than other wines I've had. Like
Taste-wise, yeah. Or you
Oh
mean
no,
in
no,
terms of
heartburn. Yeah.
I don't know. I just.
Oh,
Maybe
what's
it's-
happening?
I'm just not enjoying the wine either. you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, it's-
this episode has turned everything around. Like,
Yeah,
are you hating wine?
I'm not hating. The more we do this podcast, right, the
Yeah.
more I feel when we set out. I was hard into the wine, and I have been for
Yeah.
a long time. And you were very much anti-wine. But the more we've done it, the more I'm just like, getting a bit fed up of wine. I feel the more we've branched out and tried different wines, the more I've started to dislike it. You know, the more I just want a beer and just to sit down. I mean, we're sat down now,
Yeah.
but are we? I'm gonna have another sip.
I don't like. You're visibly uncomfortable, and this is where I am usually. Oh wow! Look at that face. Oh wow!
It's just
Why do
really.
you hate wine, Duncan? Why do you hate
You're
wine?
trying to turn this around on
Are
me,
you
and this.
anti-wine? Are you a
No.
wine racist?
No,
Welcome to this podcast where I berate Duncan
this
on
isn't-
his choices,
No,
life
this-
choices.
this isn't the This okay. New listeners, this isn't the dynamic. The hierarchy of the show is that I'm at the top of the pyramid, and then below me is Alexis. Okay, I'm the wine person. And I'm trying to get in. You've changed the dynamic of the show.
I didn't.
With
The
your,
wine did. The Trevento did.
Oh, I don't have to like every wine, you know.
Oh, Jesus. Are you alright, Duncan? Like,
I don't know.
Do you even like
I feel
wine?
a bit nauseous as well.
Because we started out and we're like, Duncan likes wine. He's a wine guy. Are you? Are you really?
Well, not right now. I'm not. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just having an off day. It's probably not perfect for the pilot episode,
You
but
just need your Dino.
yeah,
Cheeky bit of Dino to equilibrium.
I could do with a Dino right now. So Dino is my go-to sort of scoff wine.
Yeah, it used to be at least.
Used to be before the podcast.
Now
So-
you're more of a 19 Crimes guy?
Yeah. So just for our new listeners that may or may not be Greg, over the weekend I might have a bottle of wine, and I just want wine for that inebriation. I'm not interested in sort of the taste necessarily. Not all, sometimes I am.
Now,
but
why
if-
wouldn't you drink a spirit?
Right, because I feel with spirits they're on the side of danger.
Okay.
Is that you drink too much and it's very bad times. It's a bad day out. But with wine, yeah, the danger's there, but there's less danger. But back to my Dino. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'd often buy a Pinot.
Grigio?
Yeah, a Pinot Grigio Dino. Obviously they
It
fucked
should
up.
be a Dino Grigio.
Yeah, that you fucked up there. Anyway, so I'd have a Dino Grigio, £5.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm getting. It's not the best wine, but I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And it gets me inebriated. And so that's a regular thing I go to. It's a Dino. And I'm happy with it.
And also, it's a funny name for a wine.
yeah, Dino.
That's a man's
Cheeky
name.
Dino. And really, if Dino wanted to sponsor us...
We'd be open. We'd be very open.
Very, very open. And,
Anything you want, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do it. We'll do it.
we could do... whatever you want for a bit of money. Now,
Or a bit of Dino.
yeah, either's good. I would say that Dino, because it's £5.
Yeah.
It's a lowbrow wine. I don't think James Suckling drinks many Dinos.
Do you reckon he's reviewed Dino? Should we? I got a cheeky little deep dive.
Do you want to do a deep dive? A James Suckling deep dive? Did you ever watch Face Jacker?
No.
Okay, there's a character called Brian Badonde on
Yeah.
it. Looks exactly like him. I'm pretty sure he's. It's likely that it's based off him. Maybe speculation.
Wait, he is or the character is?
Either or, it could go either way. Now, I'd like to say that we are speculating based on his appearance. He could be a lovely man, but So this is him. I'm just showing you a picture.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So it's a thing where he has barrettes, so he says "be" a lot, and I think that's a commentary on British, a posh British accent. Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I didn't know this.
yeah, little side note. Do you know what I have noticed? Right, is through listening, because we've had to review the shows to get ready for our launch
Yeah.
soon. That the shows get more and more leery as the show goes on, and it's definitely got something to do with the inebriation.
It has to do, yeah.
Yeah. Like we start off fairly civilized,
And then we go off track.
and then it escalates.
Should we talk about this wine? By the way, we can check out Dino and James Suckling's website because he wants to pay for it. And that's not going to happen, James Suckling. Like, sorry, you gave this wine 94%.
Yeah.
I guess it's 94%. It says 94 points, and it doesn't say out of
Yes.
how many. Like, that's why wouldn't you make your scoring system more logical? Would you give it 94%, Duncan?
Well, no, not really. I
That
don't.
means that's like 9.5
Yeah.
on the
that's
10
mud.
scale. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'll finish my Dino fact.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe this is the wrong part of the show for this, but I don't know. Okay, so Dino, right? It's definitely a lower brow wine. It's not.
It's a builder wine.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to say
It's a builder wine.
Yeah, who's the demographic for a Dino?
Builders.
Yeah, okay. So I'm saying that if they wanted us to make an advert for, their demographic, it would go something like this.
It's not easy being a builder some days. All the lifting, all the problem solving and logistics, the general banter and endless hijinks, the misogyny, the sexual harassment of vulnerable women walking past the site. Sometimes it gets exhausting being a cliche. I like to crack open a cheeky bottle of fucking Dino. It's delicious and has all your inebriation needs at a competitive price with a high scoffability factor. Sure, the lads will talk your ear off with endless homophobic banter. Just because you like a couple of glasses of white wine on a building site, don't make you fucking nonce. What makes you a nonce is when you go to Watford service station at 3 p.m, because you know that your wife's not home till 5 p.m, so you got a 2-hour free window. You go into toilets, you knock on the wall 3 times, and then do a sort of stampy feet thing in a rhythmical arrangement to let the other person know that you want your dick sucked. You get your dick sucked, and you walk out the cubicle, and you realise your mate fucking George. That's what makes you a fucking nonce. Delicious. Let's hit the spot. Oh, wait a sec. Look at that little number. Just galloping across our place of work. Oi! Lads, watch this, yeah. Oi, love! Get your fucking tits out! It's just banter, isn't it, lads? Yeah, so it's fine, because it's just banter.
Dino, it's just banter, so apparently it's just fine. Maybe.
Dino does not approve of this message. I mean, why would they? Who would want this attached to their brand?
So anyway, Dino, just
Sorry about that.
a little taster of what we could do for you. Obviously we can go in a different direction if you want to, but I kind of like it.
But like, honestly, Duncan really likes your wine.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, it's not the best wine, I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But for the price point,
Yeah,
inebriation.
you get what you pay
Yeah.
for, and Duncan pays for it.
yeah, I
fairly
do
often.
pay for it.
Um,
But I don't
more
have to
ways than
anymore.
one.
Yeah, I don't have to anymore, Dino. That's what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
you could
you can take the Duncan bucks away.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, don't piss the full mouth feeling.
We're not
team
going to
off.
say this is blackmail,
Yeah.
but we might say extortion is a better word.
Just get in contact, Dino. Send us an email.
Yeah. Honestly, we'll do it for nothing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
'cause
we
like you.
Yeah. But yeah, send us an email if somehow you listen to this. We'd love to have open a
Listen to-
dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, we know Greg's not part of the Dino collective, so
That we know of. I feel like Greg's such a wild card. He could be.
he could be.
I've got a pairing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we do a pairing on the show. So they're meant to enhance each other, the food, the wine.
That's
It's all
what
in
I've
it.
heard, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I try and do the same thing. But, we don't have sponsors. We don't have any money. So we're on a budget.
Yeah.
And normally I like to spend no more than 40 pence. But because we have a £16 bottle of wine, that's the retail price. I thought,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna spend a bit more. So I went for £1, right? What does this wine go well with? It's meat. So we're talking about beef or lamb.
Yeah.
And I found a can of minced beef with onions. It should be all right. So
Yeah. It's like the inside of a, what's it called? Shepherd's
toilet.
pie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's the exact same thing that I would smell. So how do I pair?
So basically, wine in the mouth, food in the mouth, then just put the wine back in once you've done the food. Oh, you're still not jamming with that. That's oh, that looks sharp.
Just harsh. Okay. Now food.
Get that in your mouth, mate. Yeah, you fucking love that. Yeah.
That's nice. Oh, that's so much nicer than.
Does it work?
Let me try wine again. Yeah.
No, I didn't think it would be that bad.
It works. It kind of actually makes the heartburn a lot less.
Bit less. Ah, there you go.
Because there's a lot of like carroty sweetness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of carrots in that. Like I'm not sure how. I can taste the carrot quite a bit.
That hard carrot.
I can't see any carrots in the thing though.
It's
And,
interesting because I think with the pairings, they kind of seem to go one of two ways. They're either they work or you hate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some pairings that work extremely well, like
Yeah.
surprisingly well. This one is fine. It's fine. It's what you'd expect. You get the meaty sweetness, and that doesn't look good for me.
I just can't get over that ridiculous sour impact.
Have a bit of a cheeky little bit of mince.
A bit of mincy mince.
Yeah, maybe you're the subject this episode.
No. No. Yeah, I mean,
It's like a shepherd's pie in your mouth, isn't it?
yeah.
It's like
I
a
mean,
shepherd's pie jizzed in your
it
mouth.
does have a dog food vibe.
Of course it does. It's 1 pound in a can.
But it's nicer than the wine. Yeah.
That's not something you hear every day.
Ugh.
Oh, wow. You're just not having a good day with
I'm
this.
not having a good episode.
Huh.
It definitely enhances the wine because I can't taste the wine as much.
I'm really interested in why Jimmy
Sucky Tits.
Jimmy gave it a 94. Could we Google this?
Okay, yeah. So James Suckling, right?
What do you say? What Jimbo has
Oh,
to say
Jimbo,
about
me
the
old
wine?
noggin.
Can I read? Let me just say.
So I'll just say what we're on. We're on wine.com. And it's critical acclaim section.
So, this offers classically ripe blackberry, cassis, and plum aromas with purple flower notes, too. The palate is beautiful, even and measured with smooth honed tannins, delivering a plush, sweeping build to the balanced, fresh finish, drink or hold. What the fuck?
The problem.
Wait, can you just real quick, before anything, purple flower notes?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Does he go around eating purple flowers? And also, what purple flowers?
That needs to Google, doesn't it?
Flowers are different things. Like, just the color doesn't make it different. What?
Lavender? Does he mean
Lavender?
lavender?
Yeah, like, it doesn't tell. Or violet? doesn't smell anything like violet. Or what does drink or hold mean? So you either drink it or you just walk around holding it, just for the smell of it.
Or maybe it means drink or spit, but it's like a nice wine way to say spit.
So the palate is beautifully even and measured with smoothly honed tannins. I don't know. It's even as in like it's not maybe too full or too dry. Let's decipher this because This feels like a fucking Da Vinci's riddle kind of.
Drink or hold wine. The fact that we have to Google so many things in order to understand his piss me off.
Ah, as in like keep it and age it.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes a bit of sense. You could just say drink or store.
Yeah, I really dislike his
So
language.
So because I read this makes me mistrust his assessment of this wine. So 94%. First of all, no, it's not a 94% wine.
That's a big score.
Big score for this wine.
Do you think that this man has moral fiber? Do you know what I mean? This
Look at
Brian
that
Badonde fucking... Do you know what I mean? This servant-having twat. You know, he.
Look at that picture.
Look at this
Jesus, look at it.
outrageous prick. Like he is so unlikable. You know, he is so unlikable.
You know, he's probably lovely.
Yeah, this is the problem. He's probably the sweetest, kindest man.
James, sorry, like we don't mean anything, but
Yeah.
look, there's a nice picture where he's having fun.
Yeah, he looks more human
Oh,
here.
it's a cigar there. He's going for a cigar. That's
And he's
mine.
like, and then I stubbed it out on the servant's face. Yeah. He's
What's up with this? Well, I guess if you're a cigar critic, that's what happened to your teeth.
yeah, do you know this guy,
I don't trust his assessment.
every photo makes me hate him more.
This is the snobbery. This is the snobbery
this
that
is-
we're fighting against. He's the personification of wine snobbery.
I don't think we're
Down to
actively
the-
fighting
No,
against it. I
we're
think,
not fighting against
but I
it. You're-
think they actively hate us because
Yes.
we
Look at
We're
him.
not cut from the same cloth, really.
Yeah,
let's face it.
we
We're-
don't. We just drink
we're
the
lower
wine.
stocks.
Oh yeah, we just drink the wine. Go like, it's wine. What?
Oh, imagine we have him. Oh, imagine if we ever got him on the podcast.
Well, he has a masterclass. Maybe we could watch his masterclass.
We infiltrate his masterclass. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like give.
We bring him down from the inside.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Is
that's
that-
pretty much what I'm.
Is this what the podcast is going to evolve into? That you
This-
and me enroll on his masterclass and slowly sabotage him somehow? So, okay, hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We infiltrate his masterclass. We gain his trust. Oh, and we can be one of the special students that he invites back to his house. Hear me out,
We're
right?
definitely the special. ones
Yeah,
in the class.
I'm thinking less in feeling sorry for us, more in like, oh, these guys are from the same pedigree. We're put on airs and graces.
What do you mean pedigree?
Like they like the upper
We don't
class.
have the same pedigree as that.
I know,
guy.
but we
Did you
put it
see
on.
him.
We have elocution lessons.
Oh, okay.
We do all
I wear a wig.
yes,
Yeah.
and we swan around.
Can I twirl my mustache?
Of course,
a little, like,
you want to stay away from hipster. You want more like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying.
tuxedos.
I love it how we'll get it all wrong. We'll try and be all upper class and we'll get it all wrong.
We just come along like these are the people that think this is upper class.
We infiltrate his master class. We become like the students he likes. Because we'll be we'll
Like
mirror
daddy.
him. Yeah, daddy. And then he'll invite me back to his home, and that's when we plant loads of drugs in his like sock drawer, and we call the police on him.
Oh, okay,
right? We
yeah.
call the police on him, and that's how we sabotage him. And he'll be like, "Why did you do this to me, Alexis and Duncan?" We'll be like, 94%.
94.
You mental. You absolute mental. Like don't.
What were you
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Like well balanced.
Yeah.
This is just heartburn
Yeah.
straight away. Like what if we just force it down? Like he likes it. Is 94%. We're like, this is how much you like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I feel
No, it's a crime.
it is more crime stuff.
I think it's still like a crime to plant drugs in his house and call the cops on him, but So should we check out what Vivino?
Yeah.
has
Okay.
to
So
say?
this is something that one of our guests, our future guests, put us onto was the Vivino app, which you take a picture of the wine label and it tells you all these guffins. You can rate it. It's a great app if you're wine hunting. So Vivino.
It's like Untapped, but for wine.
So it's got a 3.9 star out of 5, which I think that's quite a that reflects the wine. Do you know what I mean? 3.9
That
out
makes
of
sense. Yeah,
yeah.
I
That
don't,
feels just because I don't like it doesn't mean I can't
because like
see
if
why
it
it's a good
were
wine.
if it were up to James Suckling, it would be out of 5. It would be a 4
They
point.
would have the 5 stars because
It
you round
would-
it up.
Yeah, I guess 5 stars.
Yeah.
Which no, it's not
Yeah.
a 5-star
Oh,
wine.
it's 9.4, so it would be no, James. Do we want to leave a review?
Oh, well,
I
let's
was-
figure out who it's for first.
Okay, well, it's for James Suckling.
Yeah, what I was going to
this
say.
is the wine's for. It's for what he enjoys to drink. This is just, and also, why does his opinion, his specific taste buds, why does that matter?
Yeah, can I ask?
Yeah.
How does Jimbo know that this wine is good to hold? Has he had it in the future and traveled back from the future to tell us that this wine ages well? Please let me know, Jimbo. Come
Can
on.
James time travel?
We've cracked the code. This is a time traveler's wine.
That's it. That's it. So time traveling, maybe not the Doctor. It's not. For
No,
it's
no.
not for they. It's not for they.
Not for they.
But for posh, sort of like spazzy, sort of tie neck wearing
James Suckling types.
type.
But we don't know anything about James Suckling, though. He could be a lovely person.
He could be like a humanitarian, couldn't he?
I bet he is, right?
philanthropist.
I bet he's a lovely, nice old man. Well, old, he's
And
not
we're
that
wrong.
old, yeah.
We're horribly
We're
wrong.
wrong.
But the thing is, we're willing to accept we're wrong,
Mm.
potentially. And I don't care enough to research it.
No.
I just
I
want...
just go off of the Google image search.
Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying the slander more than really anything.
Yeah, for me, he looks a bit more like art snobby.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Like he has that classic snob
Yeah.
vibe about him. Like he would talk about something and he'd be like, "It's just a fucking grape juice, mate.
yeah,
It's just a fermented grape juice.
Yeah.
Don't talk. Don't make it seem like more than it is."
We were watching a video earlier and he had drank 22,000 different...
I did the math. Quick maths. And to drink 22,000 different wines in a year, and like, let's be honest, he spits most of them,
Yeah,
but
in his servants' faces.
yeah. But when his butler is like not carrying around his spittoon, even then he'd like need to drink 60 sips a day of wine.
Yeah, I mean...
Now,
Yeah,
first of all, that's a lot of wine.
yeah.
Second of all, I presume he takes some days off. I presume he takes some holidays and something or another.
Yeah.
At a
Time-traveling
I don't-
adventures.
I've never been to a wine tasting. I would go to a wine tasting with you as well. Like, I
And we
think
will.
we will sometime. But I think that old Jimbo probably didn't choose the best career path. If that that has you drinking again 60 sips of wine a day every day for 365 days in order to drink 22,000 different wines. Also, where'd you find 22,000 different wines?
Yeah.
Come on, there's not that many wines in
And
the
how
world.
do you know you don't repeat a couple?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could. I guess he technically breaks it down like, oh, it's a different vintage, and it's like, is it though? Is it?
Stop
It doesn't
lying.
matter.
Stop lying.
Come on, yeah, like. This is why this podcast exists. It's for you common folk, you
Yeah.
non-James Sucklings, to go, you know what? Just because Jamie gave it 94%, that doesn't make me beholden to the wine snobbery. Okay?
Yes.
This wine exists to tell you Treventa, it's fine. It's fine. It's not worth the money.
It's okay.
It's not worth £16.
No.
It's definitely it's. Is it worth £10? Let's talk about that.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's probably worth around £7. I'd say.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
in
say
the region of
£7 is
£7. Yeah.
James Cameron Suckling is the man we berate,
Is Wine Daddy. Isn't he
but we
Wine
secretly want his approval.
Daddy? Of course, yeah.
He's daddy.
Wine Daddy.
We berate daddy, but we want his approval.
Yeah. I mean, if Wine Daddy was here and he was like, if you say you like this wine, you'll get my approval. Would you just say you like this wine?
Yeah.
You just force it down your
I
gullet.
want daddy's
and go,
approval. The thing is, I can't really get over him talking an American accent. I feel like he looks British
he
to me.
looks so British.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I just imagine him talking in that sort of like, it's preposterous. It's
terribly sorry. That's
the
that
way
kind of like you know that kind of accent where you don't even try to open your mouth. You just like terribly sorry. It's like preposterous. But apparently he's American. No.
The wine is for daddy.
Yeah,
Maybe that's it. It's just for daddy.
Daddy's wine.
It's for daddy's cellar, okay?
Oh yeah.
And we're not allowed to go down
Maybe
into
it's the
daddy's
wine
cellar.
you kind of keep there to just like say, oh, I have it
Ferment.
to hold it.
Yeah,
You never open it.
having to hold.
Never open it.
Are we downstairs in the cellar, in daddy's cellar,
We live
and
in
we're
the
being
cellar.
held
Of course. Yeah.
because he actually lives in Penistone?
Wait, who? Oh, Daddy.
Daddy lives in Penistone.
He lives in Tuscany, doesn't he?
He looks like he could live in Penistone.
He look.
And I'm just trying to link back to the you know, the incest vibes that are going on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're happening in basements, isn't it? There's a lot of basement stuff happening. There's a lot of underground stuff happening, you know, literally and figuratively.
So I think the pervasive theory is that this is a scoffing Malbec, but for the wine daddies out in the world.
For the elites.
Yeah, like an elite
For the
scoffing
elite
wine.
daddies.
Yeah, but again, to hold. So maybe what you need to do is, like when it comes out and reduced, you just fill your basement with it. Just don't drink it ever. And
No, don't drink it.
yeah, what would you give out?
I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. So
I don't.
3.5.
I personally don't enjoy it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't buy it again.
I don't think it has anything. Like, it's not. If you like a deep red wine, this isn't for you. If you like a light crisp wine, this isn't for you. If you like, I don't know, like this is an all around just wine. Like a very light red wine that you could potentially eat with a canned beef with onion very easily. But the heartburn, I don't. Maybe it leads in long airing. Maybe it leads like to be decanted, you know, by Wine Daddy himself to be just proper.
It needs to pass through Wine
Yeah.
Daddy.
Can I leave a review real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Because I think I know what.
You know what to say.
I think I know what to say.
So you're on the Full Mouth. We have an account, Full Mouth Feeding account. Of course.
I don't know if you can follow us on Vivino, but yeah.
Yeah, do your worst.
Anyway, I left a review and I thought you'd enjoy reading it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's just right
yeah?
here.
Okay. Have you posted it?
Yes, of course I have.
Of course.
It's the top one.
Okay. Daddy has a lot of these in his cellar.
close to my bed. He occasionally brings another one down, saying,
It's a holding wine.
maybe he'll bring some on our next date. 4 out of 5.
I think that's a fair review, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
If you just buy wines to hold in your cellar with your daughter, who's of age,
Or
who's
son.
of age, so it's not pedophilia, it's just incest.
Oh, there he goes, Daddy paedophile. He'd be like, I'll have you know, it was just incest. She was 18 on the dot.
I had to wait for a full hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but it was incest. That it was.
can't argue with that.
And then just hear us in the
good
background,
sir.
like, we love you, Daddy.
So yeah, this wine's all for you, all you wine daddies out there who just want to hold some wine. You don't want to drink that. It's like there's nothing to it. There's not like it's not a great
This is
wine.
for wine daddies to hold.
Yeah.
Elite wine daddies.
It's just like not anything out of a wine. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a wine that doesn't go full out. It's like it just that.
Yeah.
And yeah, wine daddy said is good to hold, so maybe just buy it, hold it, and your great grandkids
Yeah.
can enjoy it
Yeah.
if they can drink
Because they're so deformed. The thing is, like, yeah, I wish Wine Daddy would just hold me, you know? Yeah.
we are desperately seeking your approval, Jim.
Wine Daddy. So, really, I think that we've done a great job this episode. We've got some expensive wine
Yeah,
that's given us some headaches.
it's definitely not nice.
No, I have to say, I can't think of a time I haven't finished a glass of wine.
Yeah, you're not going to finish this glass of wine.
No.
I have.
Look at me. I didn't do this.
Maybe I'm the wine guy now.
You're
I'm the wine daddy now.
no, you're not Wine Daddy.
I'm wine daddy.
No, you're not Wine Daddy.
I finished my
You're
glass.
not. That doesn't make you Wine Daddy. That's
Kinda
it's
does.
not that easy to be a
Kinda
Wine
does.
Daddy.
I feel like if anything makes you wine daddy is finishing your glass of wine.
That's one of the traits, but there's many more. You need to know. You need to be a bit more whiny.
Agree to disagree.
Okay.
So yeah, 4 out of 5 for this wine. What do you want to let the world know, Greg?
What do I want to let Greg know? Well, I think I'd just like to thank everyone for listening. If you are new to our podcast and you've tuned in, thank you very much for listening to the end.
And sorry.
And also, just want to say that you've listened all the way through all the incest stuff, and you're still here. So it's kind of on you as well. Yeah, thank you for listening, and hope you've enjoyed the podcast.
Follow us on social media.
The social medias.
If we ever get them up and running.
We're going to be launching soon. I mean, if
guess.
you're listening to this, it kind of means we've launched.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
If you're listening to this and you're not Greg,
Yeah.
it means we've launched. Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Thank you,
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you for a fun show.
We're not going to thank James Suckling.
Yeah,
No.
not
Definitely
on the podcast.
not thanking you, James, because 94 is a lot.
Yeah, I think that. Keep drinking wine.
Don't drink wine.
Stay vigilant. But yeah, please tune in to the next episode, and we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Good farewell.
Good drop.
Mud
Mud
drop.
drop.
Farewell, our potential fans.
And daddy.
Farewell, Wine Daddy. Anyway, thank you for listening to the show.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you, Alexis.
We are doing a
We're shaking
handshake,
hands with our hands. And I hope you'll listen to the next episode. Thank you for everyone. Thank you. Have I mentioned thank you? How do people end podcasts?
They just...
You need to figure
They
out
just
an
press
outro.
stop. You just stop. You
don't-
just press stop. You could do it. You could just
No,
press the stop
okay,
button.
so apparently we need to do like an outro-y thing.
yeah,
We need
okay.
to-
You just said
we need
bye.
something clever to say.
Bye, Greg. You've listened to this far. Okay. Don't drink this wine, Greg. Or hold it in your basement. I'm sure you
Okay,
don't have
I'm
a
gonna
basement.
press the stop button.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
This is how you end the podcast. You
Okay.
just press the stop button.
Wait, should we
and
count to 10?
10,
9. Okay, we have to. And if you want to say thank you
8,
everyone for listening.
7,
I hope you listen to the next show.
6,
5.
5.
Everything's been
4,
fun. We've had fun. The wine's
3,
horrible. I miss
2,
Wine Daddy already.
1.
Tune in next time.
Do you have an empty space in your basement and or cellar? Do you have the incessant need to judge everybody and thrust your opinions down their throat? Maybe you have so many servants that you use a numeric system instead of their names, because that's much easier. Is your wife and daughter the same person? Do you refrain from using the reverse cowgirl sexual position because you never turn your back on family? Then you might be an elite wine daddy. If so, then you'll need to buy lots and lots and lots of Trevento Golden Reserve wine. What does it taste like? No, Oat Bean. One doesn't drink it. They decorate their wine cellar and daughter's bedroom with it. It's the same place. This isn't for you dirty wine plebs, you poverty-stricken dino scoffers. No, this is for the elite wine daddy, the superior man, the elite being, the upper crust of society, the 1% of the 1%. We are better than everybody. And for the record, I am not a paedophile, I'll have you know. The incest stuff is spot on, though. We all died jolly early in our 30s due to heart conditions caused by all the inbreeding. It's rather horrible.
Wine daddy, wine daddy.